I walk into my cabin that sits on Double J property, completely exhausted. We had a packed house at the silo, so I stayed until the last customer left. When there are a whole lot of people doing freaky fucking, the hormones and pheromones that circulate can make them crazy. As it turns out, I had to break up a fight between two girls over some dude's huge pierced dick, as well as stop a whipping session that got out of hand because the fucker wielding the whip had no clue what he was doing. He drew unnecessary blood on a woman who wasn't prepared to handle that level of pain. Although she was fully consenting, and it was, in fact, her idea to let her date try some new kink on her, I knew she was going to be in a world of hurt if I let it go on. The dude was pissed and threatened to pull his membership. I grabbed him by the back of the neck, dragged his sorry ass out of the silo, and told him his membership was revoked before I slammed the door in his face. The fucker had the balls to beat on the door. When he wouldn't stop, I opened it up, stepped out, and kicked his ass. It wasn't much of a fight as 2 punches, one to his jaw, and then one to his right kidney. Had him down moaning like a bitch, and I'm sure he'll be pissing blood tomorrow. I had one of the male bartenders take him home with strict instructions to impart to him he'd get more of the same if he came back on the property again. Then I went back in and fucked the girl he was whipping because she was all worked up despite his lousy job. Fucked her right in the same room her blood was first drawn with the silo crowd watching. I did it dispassionately, although I did get her off, too. I put her on her hands and knees and, ignoring the people pressing their faces in on the glass, I banged out an effective orgasm. I really don't care for public sex, but it won't stop me if the mood strikes. As per usual, the minute I felt my balls pull up with the need for release, I pulled out of her, whipped the condom off, and shot all over her back. I gave her a sharp slap on the ass at the same time, dragged my thumb through the wetness on her back, and then shoved it up her ass. She went off like a firecracker again, and my job was done. I left her on the floor panting as I tucked my dick back in and walked out. So yeah, exhausted, and more so than normal. It's been getting harder and harder to maintain my role as head of the silo, and I'm not sure if it's because I've been doing it on my own for almost 6 months now, since Wolf left, or if I'm just losing the taste for all the kink. There was a time in my life that this shit was the only thing that kept me sane and grounded, but I'm finding I'm actually developing a bit of an intolerance for it. It's why I spend so much time holed up in my office at the Wicked Horse, depending on some of my most trusted fantasy makers to make sure things run smoothly. Sadly, the people I can depend on are dropping like flies. First, Wolf exited the business when he got involved with Callie Hayes, but I don't begrudge my best friend happiness at all. I'm still happy for him to this day, although I do miss him as we see each other very infrequently now. Then Kane fell for Sloane, Rand for Kat, and just recently, Logan gave it all up for Eerily. While these guys will always love to mix kink in their fucking, they're also the type who give up the days of debauchery once they commit to a woman. It's not unheard of for monogamous couples to frequent the silo, but while those couples do indeed have an amazing amount of trust to lead this lifestyle, I've always known there's something missing from their relationship that leads them here. Wolf, Kane, Rand, and Logan. They have everything they could possibly want waiting in bed for them at home. So yeah, their days in the silo are over, and it's just me left. Sighing, I head into the kitchen and pull a beer from the fridge. I twist the cap off and lob it into the garbage can before taking my first pull. It goes down nicely, and before I can even take a second sip, I'm craving another beer already. It appears I'm well on my way to getting shit-faced, but after the crap I had to handle tonight, I deserve it.